Guess who's Blazak? Yes, me, J Focus, and this is Potheads Love Movies. Yeah, I am the pothead, and I do love these motherfucking movies, man. And so now we back. Episode 1, Season 2, round of applause, all that good shit, you know what I'm saying? Because we here, and we here because it's a phenomenal event going on. That event is Atlanta, Episode 1, Season 3. Yeah, we back for it. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in with a small synopsis. Now, opening with a night fishing scene in which two men, one white and one black, discuss their unease on the water. Episode 1 of the new episode, according to Vulture, begins when a forgotten history rises to the surface. Now, that's the whole thing. That's it. Everything. Whatever you need to know, that's it. That's it. That's it. I'm not going to really spoil too much of what actually happens in the episode, but I will give you more of a deep dive on the history behind it and where this shit is about to go, dog. So grab your blunts. We about to smoke. This is Potheads Love Movies, Season 2, Episode 1. So, in the opening scene, we find ourselves passing over a bridge and zeroing in on a boat occupied by two. Now, I paid a lot of attention to this. Very foreshadowy. You know what I'm saying? Super foreshadowy. The boats, beer, and one life jacket litter the ground. Now, that was really something that stuck out to me. Very, very something that I needed to pay attention to. I don't know why. It just drew my eyes in. Now, two men, one white, one black, just like the synopsis read from Vulture, are revealed. Now, they're fishing, but here's the catch. The black man begins to tell a story of almost drowning in the body of water they're actually sitting in.
I felt like I was being pulled.
You probably was.
By what?
It's a whole town underneath us.
It's referred to by the white man as shit water, and this is important little tidbit to keep in mind moving forward. Timmy Ho-Ho's has nothing to do with this shit. Trust me, I said tidbit, not Tim. So this is the origins of a horror story. This is some Jordan Peele level horror that, man, many people can see and relate to many pieces of this. After what seems to be a drunken rant from the white guy, he turns into a monologue of sorts. And then, boom, out of nowhere, he turns pale, arms encapsulate the young black man, and the pale face of the cadaver watches almost in absolute satisfaction as he's dragged to the bottom to his death. Now, this is the opening of Atlanta, Season 3, Episode 1. No pun intended, but let's deep dive on Atlanta. Alright, so I'm going to read pieces of this article that I found that was published October 31st, 2020 by CNN. Great little Halloween spooky story that, you know, is a legend, but has a lot to do with this episode. So, legend has it, the ghost of a long dead woman roams this lake in a flowing blue dress. Mysterious arms reach out for swimmers from the watery depths. Angry spirits call people home to submerged graves. This is the story of Lake Lanier in Georgia, northern Georgia at that. So the statistics are that more than 200 people have died in swimming and boating accidents on the lake since 1994, adding to its dark history. Now, this is the addition to its dark history, not the source of it. So there was a lot of controversy behind this lake even being created, because it was created as man-made, something that the U.S. actually wanted to put in place in order to give the greater Georgia area and surrounding states a source of power. More than 56,000 acres were sold to the government by more than somewhere around 700 families. So some people were bought out, some people didn't leave. And this is a big deal because the community had a cemetery. And while the corpse identified and moved marked graves, it's likely that some unmarked ones were inadvertently left behind. And that's coming from Caesar Yabor, a spokesman for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. So this is all based in some sort of fact that some people from this city's bodies may lie under this lake that, that was formerly a black self-supporting town. Yeah. Kind of like Tulsa, Oklahoma when the bombings happened, Black Wall Street. Something like that. So they pretty much got rid of everybody. And that's something, that's something that the cadaver in the boat, prior to becoming a cadaver, was trying to explain to the young black man. And we're going to get into more of who he is real soon. Now, if you think black storytellers is not going to put you hip to what happened as a part of black history, real history, and that's American history, you got black creators fucked up, dog. Shit gave me chills. Shit gave me chills, man. Now, the big subject of this story is Devonte Hart. Some might have heard of him. It's a story from 2017. He's the center of this here episode. And we'll get more into his story a little bit later. Give us a second. But if you're digging this content so far, like, comment, subscribe, and now let's get to the shits. Now, a young child awakens from seemingly his worst nightmare to amazing news. A school field trip to see Black Panther 2, which is fictional, of course. I know. I would have felt just like Young Dog did. He jumped up on the table. I would have did the heel toe though. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. But anyway, he's mentioned by name as Laquarius Reed. The principal starts chopping it up with Laquarius' parents after he reacts the way he does to the great news of the Black Panther 2 and is cut off. The principal is cut off by the guidance counselor. Fucking guidance counselor. Man, don't even get me started. Anyway, shout out to all the guidance counselors. Anyway, the guidance counselor cuts the principal off, suggesting that they should hold him back a grade and put him in remedial classes. Now, the crazy part about it all is this type of segregation and holding back of intelligent young black men exists in schools today, and it's a form of segregation that still plagues the school system. Now I'm gonna read you an article from around the time that the Devonte Hart story took place in 2017, and that was from the Baltimore Sun, pretty much describing how two classmates had completely different experience when it came to being encouraged to join AP and special classes. The story is focused on a Mikey Peterson. Now, they were classmates and best friends, and they both wanted to get into the 11th grade advanced placement English class at Columbia's Hammond High School. Since meeting in summer school just before 9th grade, Mikey Peterson and Eli Sauerwalt, sorry if I butchered that, have been through a lot together. They each battled depression, they failed classes, they'd encouraged each other to do better. As 10th graders in English, the teens were hoping for a prize recommendation to an AP English class for their junior year. Now, it's a sad story because the teacher never questioned whether or not Eli had the skills. You can do this, he recalled her saying. This is what you should do. Mikey also asked his teacher about AP English. Despite failing several assignments, he believed he could thrive in a more competitive environment. Her response, as he remembered it, do you really want to do that to yourself? Now, I'm not saying that anybody in this equation was wrong all the way, but not everybody was all the way right. And so this is something that a lot of black students growing up have to deal with. The fact of the matter of, instead of diagnosing somebody with something or saying that maybe they could be challenged more, they go to, hey, maybe they should be less challenged. And I don't think that's all the way fair, but it is something that happens, and that was a prime example of what happens today in America. This is America, ladies and gentlemen. That was Baltimore. So But back to the episode. His mother backs him up by immediately denying the remedial class offer. Round of applause. And the parents proceed to punish L'Aquarius. Now this is where the name of the episode was spawned. Because Ma Dukes dropped gems like a clumsy jewel thief when she told L'Aquarius what she told him.
Hit it. Hit it. If you don't start using your common sense and acting right, these white people, they gonna kill you. Yeah, you laughing with them now, but they gonna be the only ones laughing when you dead or in jail.
Miss Reed looked like she was ready to smack the disdain off old guidance counselor's face though when she cut in, man. Like, this was serious. This was serious. Don't interrupt black mothers when they trying to do their disciplinary actions. This is my son, not yours. This is my child. Don't teach me how to parent, especially if you're not one. That's the crazy part. I would never do that. So, moving on. Now, as a black man and what was a young black boy, going in that fridge for something to eat and being directed to the leftover spaghetti, that's the definition of that's black families for you, dog. Like, that's real life nigga shit. And this scene touched a real nigga's soul, dog. I know what it's like to have to eat spaghetti for at least 3 to 4 days at a time. You know what I'm saying? The pot, she was making the whole pack. Sometimes she wasn't even making the whole pack. It was just that much left. It's like, was you making 2 packs? I see a half a pack up there. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I felt that scene. I know what that's like. The ice pack on the modem, the cable box for the overheat is hilarious. It's hilarious. The show he turned on was American Dad. Maybe that's a reference to the black father who was also an American dad being removed from the household. Or maybe it's just some woke bullshit. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Anyway, so DCFS shows up. And after coming to an irrational conclusion that L'Aquarius called him, the parents throw his bags in his face and kick him right out the door. Say, hey man, you can have him. If that's what he wants to do, you'll see. You're not gonna love it out there, man. Yeah, man. So, hey, fun fact, black parents want you to learn one way or the other. What these parents did was extreme. However, here's what episode 1 is really all about. In 2014, Devonte Hart captured the hearts of millions after a picture of him hugging a police officer during a Black Lives Matter protest in Portland, Oregon went viral. Now, for those who don't remember what was happening around 2014, this was around the time that Ferguson had their unrest around the fatal shooting of Michael Brown, who was left slain in the street for what I remember as hours. And this really was a captivating image of this young black man. And that's really what sent it viral. Super duper viral. Like, if you don't remember it, you should. However, 4 years later, Devonte Hart was killed in a murder-suicide orchestrated by his adoptive mother. In 2018, Hart's whole family was driven off of a 100-foot cliff in California by their intoxicated matriarch. During the investigation of the deaths, allegations of years of abuse by his parents, a white lesbian couple, came to light. This evidence begged the question, could Devonte Hart's death have been avoided? And that's it. That's the episode, dog. Sorry. Yeah, but it's amazing to watch. That's why it's really no spoilers going to be given here. I'm just telling you that the entire experience was really awesome to see how this story and the story of Lake Lanier were merged by, yet again, Stephen Glover, man. This dude's pen is off the charts. Like, I know Donald did a lot of the first season, but Steven took over and he's been fucking killing it this entire time. Great fucking fusion, dog. I couldn't have done any better to shed light on 2 gigantic situations that people might not have even known had happened. And so I can see one of the reasons why this took so long. Maybe you were following these cases and trying to understand these things. Like, this gets deep. This is really deep. And when it's time to go, the song that plays at the end while it's all happening, man, this is a song by Buddy Foe and his group. which is the wackest band name in the history of fucking band. Like, even his name is whack as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Buddy Foe and his peoples or whatever the fuck, but whack group name, dog. Sorry. But it set a real melancholic tone to the outro of the episode on some Inception type shit, where we realize this is a dream within a dream, and Ern wakes up in Amsterdam. Yeah. And it was an amazing episode, really. Like, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. I really left out a lot of the good shit so that you can go actually check it out, and so that YouTube would not flag my shit and take it down. So yeah, what do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think that this was a real good way to raise awareness on Lake Lanier? Do you think it was also a good way to shed light on the Devonte Hart situation? Because a lot of people just didn't know the backstory. They still just think it was something that they liked and accepted. Like, it was really, really crazy what happened to Devonte Hart through his adoptive parents being negligent. Crazy. I got last minute bars. Yeah. So cooking chicken in a microwave is fucking sick. Free hugs was easily the funniest moment in the episode. Free hug, because I get it. It's not that funny because it's literally the picture, one of the pictures that went viral for Devonte Hart, but that scene was hilarious. And shots was most certainly fired by that cop with the aloe black bar. Yeah. Alexa, play I Need $1 my aloe black. So yeah, man. Talk to me. What do you think? Like, comment, subscribe. This is Potheads Love Movies. My name is Jay Focus.